class, Mr. Ted and I thought we would try something a little bit different, something that might help you when it comes to the pronunciation of the new vocabulary words that we have in each lesson, as well as the reading passages. Since we don't have a lot of time to address this in class, we thought we would try it via video so you can listen to the pronunciation of the vocabulary words and you can read along with me as I read the story in each lesson, or just listen to me and maybe read along later if that helps. But we're going to try this and see if this helps, and we would like your feedback too as well in the next class, and let me know if you think this helps. Let's start. If you'll get out your books, we're going to start with lesson 13, and we're going to start on page 139, and I'm going to read you the vocabulary words for this lesson, and I'm going to repeat them several times with varying degrees of speed so you can hear how each syllable is pronounced, and then you can see where the word is stressed, which particular syllable is stressed. So let's get started, page 139, and I'll start with the first word. Accommodate, 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 accommodate. See, it's stressed, accommodate. Okay? The next word, aggressive, aggressive, aggressive. Stress, aggressive. Okay. The next word, bask, 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 bask. That one's not hard. The next word, carcass, 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 carcass. The next word, conceal, 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 conceal. Okay? The next word, flail, 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 flail. That one's not hard, just one syllable. The next word, gorge, 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 gorge. All right, the next word, morsel, 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 morsel. The next word, protrude, 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 protrude. Okay, our next word is ripple, 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 ripple. The next word is slither, 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 slither. The next word is sluggish, 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 sluggish. The next word is snout, 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 snout. The next word is taper, 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 taper. And our last word is visible, 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 visible. All right? Okay, so now we're going to go to our reading assignment, the reading passage. I'm not sure if we're going to get to this in the next class, but if not, you'll have a head start. But on page 146, beware of the silent crocodile. And what I'm going to do is read it paragraph by paragraph, and after each paragraph, I'm going to point out the new vocabulary word and also some words that you may have a few questions about. So I've gone ahead and I've numbered my paragraphs, like number 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. It might show up backwards on your screen. But anyway, I've gone ahead and numbered the paragraphs to make it a little bit easier. So we're going to start with the title, Beware the Silent Crocodile, and start with paragraph 1. Crocodiles are the largest and most ferocious of all reptiles. They live in swampy areas close to the banks of tropical rivers or lakes. They have been around since the age of dinosaurs. Back then, they reached lengths of 30 feet or more. The crocodile of today, however, is much smaller than its ancient ancestors. It seldom grows longer than 15 feet from its head to the tip of its long, tapering tail. Okay, one of the new vocabulary words here is taper. So we have tapering. They made an adjective out of it, tapering tail. And a few other words I wanted to point out in the second sentence here. Dinosaurs. And before that, there's the word around. There's a vowel digraph there where it has an O and U together. Then that's pronounced around. And then you have the word reach. It says back then they reached lengths of 30 feet or more. So reached, that's another vowel digraph where we have two vowels together, but only one particular sound is spoken. So it's reached, R-E-A-C-H-E-D. And again, it's not reached, but it's reached. That's just one syllable. Okay, now we're going to continue with paragraph 2. Crocodiles in the wild are almost unknown in North America. A few can be found in the remaining tidal marshes of the Everglades and the Florida Keys. There they might be mistaken for alligators, their close relatives. Crocodiles and alligators resemble each other in many ways. There are clear differences between them, however. The crocodile is the most aggressive of the two. It also has a longer and narrower snout, and the fourth tooth on each side of its jaw protrudes. That tooth remains in view even when its mouth is closed. Okay, we have a few vocabulary words in this paragraph as well. Here you'll see it bolded, the word aggressive, and then it has a long snout, and that's another vowel digraph there. O-U is pronounced, in this case, snout. And then we have the word protrudes. That's another vocabulary word. Another word I wanted to point out in the first sentence, crocodiles in the wild are almost unknown. So unknown, that's one of those silent letters. The K is silent, unknown. And we also have a vowel digraph as well. The O and W is just pronounced an O, unknown. Okay, and there's one more vowel digraph. There might be a few more, but another one I'm going to point out is mouth on the very last sentence, even when its mouth is closed. Okay? All right, let's continue with paragraph number 3. A crocodile in the water lies almost entirely concealed below the surface. Only its eyes and nostrils are visible. It can stay like this for hours, its eyes fixed on the water's edge, waiting for a thirsty animal to come to drink. When this happens, the crocodile is careful not to scare away its prey. It disappears beneath the surface, swimming slowly toward the unsuspecting animal. It makes not even the slightest ripple. Okay? Vocabulary word concealed. And then the second sentence, the second line, visible. And then the very last word of the paragraph, ripple. That's one of our words. A few vowel digraphs here. In the second sentence on the second line, it can stay like this for hours. That's pronounced hours. Its eyes fixed on the water's edge. Again, that's one of those tricky ED endings, and so it's just pronounced fixed. And one more, disappears. That's kind of tricky. The last sentence, the second to the last line, the word disappears. And then the second to the last word before ripple, we have the word slightest. And that's where you don't pronounce that G. That's one of our silent letters. So it's slightest. Okay? All right. Paragraph number 4. If the thirsty animal is lucky, it senses the danger in time and escapes. If the crocodile is lucky, it seizes the animal in its jaws, knocks it off balance by flailing its powerful tail, and drags it into the water. There the creature drowns. The crocodile then finds a place where it can gorge on the dead animal without being disturbed. When it has eaten its fill, it will hide the remains of the carcass. Then it will return to feed on it later. Goodness, that's rough. Okay. One of our vocabulary words is flailing. Here we have flail, but it's we have a suffix here, flailing. And then gorge is another word, gorge. And then we have carcass. Another word I wanted to point out to you in the second line, if the crocodile is lucky, it seizes the animal. That's pronounced seizes. E-I is just a E sound here. And then it knocks it off balance. Do you see that? The animal in its jaws knocks it off balance. The K is silent there. That's one of those silent ghost letters we talked about a couple of weeks ago. Okay, let's get on with it. Paragraph number 5. When not hunting for food, the crocodile spends much of its time on land. Its belly almost touches the ground as it slithers from the water and finds a comfortable spot to bask in the sun. Like other reptiles, the crocodile is a cold-blooded animal, therefore its temperature changes with its surroundings. To escape the extreme heat of midday, it burrows into the soft ground with its sharp claws until it has made a hole large enough to accommodate itself. In the cool of the evening, its temperature drops and its movements become sluggish. Okay, we have several words here. In the second line, we have slithers. And then following that is the word bask. And then we have accommodate at the top of the next page. And the last word in this paragraph is sluggish, one of our vocabulary words. A few other words I wanted to point out. A vowel digraph on the second line of this paragraph. Its belly almost touches the ground. Touches is the word here. That OU in this case is just an kind of sound. Touches. Another one, the very last sentence on page 146. Its sharp claws. The AU is an sound. Claws. Okay? All right, let's move on to the last and final paragraph. Paragraph number 6. There are several different kinds of crocodile. The best known is the Nile crocodile of Africa, which has an unusual companion called the crocodile bird. This daring little creature feeds by hopping inside the crocodile's mouth and picking morsels of meat from its teeth. The crocodile shows its gratitude for having its teeth cleaned in this way by not eating the bird. Okay? The only vocabulary word we have here is the word morsel. So they pluralized it, making it morsels. I wanted to point out the second sentence in the first line, the best known is the Nile. The word known, the K is silent there. Okay, and there are two words here. After you see the word morsels here, following that you have morsels of meat from its teeth. Okay, we have a vowel digraph. The EA is pronounced a double E, meat, and then teeth, a double E. I think you probably know this one is teeth. So they're spelled differently, the vowels here, but they look the same. The digraphs are different, but they sound the same. So we have meat and teeth. And also, in the last line, we have the word cleaned. That's also another vowel digraph. And notice the ED sound is just one syllable, cleaned. Okay? Well, I hope this helps. And I am looking forward to seeing you on Wednesday. And if you think this is helpful, I would hope you'll let me know. And if you think it's not, or you find a way that you might think this particular video session could be better, just let me know, and we'll continue this if it does help. I'll see you Wednesday night. Bye-bye.